Alright, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Crypto Coffee and Lo-Fi. Set this up a little bit. Before we get started, a special thanks to Delta Exchange for sponsoring this series. I've put together a tutorial series for people who sign up using my code in the link below and make a deposit. So if you sign up, make a deposit, send me a screenshot with proof on Twitter or on Discord, and I will give you access to the tutorial series once it is finished. So the last episode, I believe, was on Tuesday, where I said I was looking for longs here. Things are looking a little bit shakier at the moment. We do have some, I believe, some inflation figures from the US being released later on tonight. So we should see some volatility there, and I believe the interest rate announcement is coming up as well. Overall, though, I'm still leaning bullish. There are two areas where I'll be looking for longs, or two kind of scenarios. If you are new here, you can go to the start of my channel and find the tutorials that I've uploaded to kind of see what my trading strategy is, or what the basics are anyway. Or if you'd like to learn more, you can click the link in the description below and pick up a copy of the strategy. But for now, this is going to be a quick episode. Everything here is quite simple. So start off on the H4. So essentially, I'm just using one pattern, and that pattern is a sweep followed by a break-in structure. So the break has to be from the point that was responsible for taking the level. So in this example, we swept out this low. This is the high that was responsible for taking that low. So you can see we swept out the low, then broke above. We returned, swept out the low, and breaking above. So this is the first sign that price is accumulating and that buyers are stepping into the market at these levels. However, we also do have some distribution. So you can see we have accumulation at the bottom of the range and distribution at the top of the range. And what does this normally mean? This generally means that price is going to just sit inside of this range, which is what we've seen. So we returned to this level right here, and then went up into the highs. Okay, and now we've moved back into the low of the range. So there are a few scenarios I'm looking at here. So we jump onto the H1, we can see this a little bit clearer. See, sweeping out this low, then breaking above the high, sweeping out these lows, breaking above the high, returning and forming the same pattern again. So sweeping out this low, breaking above the high. Now we could see some accumulation at the start of this London session, where hopefully we then continue up, okay? But I'm thinking also a possibility would be taking out, I believe this is Monday's low right here. So even though this is some accumulation, we do also have these equal lows. So equal lows around a news event do generally get tagged. Now, if we're sitting right above them around the news event, it would not surprise me if we come up or come down and take them out. If we take them out and then accumulate on the lower time frames around the news event, then that generally means that the liquidity below these lows we use to fill long orders. Now, if that's the case, that's the most ideal long scenario, and that should give an opportunity to capture a few times your risk at a pretty decent rate. So it shouldn't take long for price to then continue up. So two scenarios for the long positioning anyway. If we see accumulation here around London Open, I will take it. Or after taking the equal lows around the news drop, looking at around 43.5 as a target. So this high, you can see it's all really simple, just using the same patterns over and over again. Taking out this high, breaking below the low, returning to this range right here, or it should be this low, but you get what I mean. Taking out this high, taking out this high, forming the same pattern again. You can see since this hold down move, we haven't yet properly retested this level. So if we do get some accumulation, I think this will be the first level that we see. Another scenario would be not tagging these lows, okay, reaching up into this high, taking out the previous day's high, and then distributing. If we do see the distribution without seeing some obvious accumulation here or a sweep of the lows, then I would say that we are then set to see a decent expansion to the downside. Now, I know obviously I could get a lot more views and a lot more attention if I'm sitting here bull posting or bear posting, but I think it's not true to what I'm actually doing and how I'm actually executing my trades. And I think a lot of you will probably be better off in this market environment, at least, taking lower time frame positions. So we're at higher time frame support on the daily. there's not enough accumulation or not enough breaks in structure to the upside to assume that we're continuing a bull trend, and you really shouldn't be shorting into higher time frame resistance anyway. So if you are looking to trade, then I think trading lower time frame levels and the lower time frame ranges is the way to go, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I don't know, we will have to wait and see. We could always just continue to drop off here and see some more distribution around London Open, head straight into the lows, and then of course there's a chance that we don't even accumulate below those lows. If we don't get that accumulation and instead we see more distribution, then obviously a much larger expansion to the downside would be likely, where we have these lows and these lows here. But yep, just playing level to level. I'm going to cut this episode here. If you are interested in the way that I'm trading, click the link in the description below and pick up a copy of the strategy. If you want things to be a little bit easier, we do have the easy and easy out indicator that pretty much 1-for-1 copies the manual strategy and gives you an entry and exit and your stop loss as well. And it comes with a strategy tester, so you can muck around with the settings and see how profitable it is, or how profitable those settings are. No worries guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.